Happy Halloween, everybody.
Yes, happy Halloween.
Today we're going to do something a little bit different.
Yeah, that's right. Today we're gonna do a tournament where we take a bunch of fictional characters from horror movies and we throw them together in hypothetical battles in hypothetical locations. And who is gonna be the ultimate champion? This is the ultimate showdown.
Of Ultimate Destiny,
Good guys, bad guys, and explosions.
as far as the eye can see.
And only one will survive. I wonder who it will be. This is the ultimate showdown of Halloween, and that's cool.
The Halloween history.
Yeah.
You had alliteration right there.
Yeah.
That's okay. So yeah, we got our characters, we got our roster here. I just gotta make sure we're ready to go here. Start the tournament. Basically, the way it's going to work is we have our locations to pick, and we also have area buffs. And both of these can actually give one character an advantage over the other. So let's quickly breeze through our roster here. We'll start with you, Evan.
Okay, so my first pick was Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th franchise.
My first pick was Freddy Krueger from the Nightmare on Elm Street series.
Yep. And my second pick was Michael Myers from the Halloween franchise.
Yep. And my second choice was Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise.
My third pick was Jigsaw from the Saw series.
My third pick was the Xenomorph from the Alien franchise.
Oh boy, I feel like that's the one that's gonna win, but we'll see.
It's just one. We'll see.
I picked Jack Torrance from The Shining.
I was gonna say, like, it's not necessarily a franchise. You got a couple.
Technically, it is. I got a sequel, Doctor Sleep.
Oh yeah, I guess.
So it's it's a franchise.
And speaking of Jacks, my other pick is Jack Skellington from
What's
the night.
this? What's this?
It's Halloween bullshit. And your last pick,
Dracula.
those children of the night. What music do they make? And my last pick is Ash Williams from The Evil Dead.
So, who's going to be the Halloween champion in the ultimate showdown of Halloween history? Let's find out.
Let us begin. So starting off strong, we have Dracula versus Jack Skellington.
Oh,
That is super interesting because these are both like the most gothic characters on the list.
now don't they? What now? Where are they fighting?
Well, we're gonna find out. So their location is a cabin in the woods.
Okay.
Not sure if it's day or night, but
Now,
and their buff, what they will have to contend with, the lights flicker throughout the battle.
I feel like that would do a disservice to Dracula more so than to Jack because Dracula needs doesn't he? Isn't he one of those people where like if he's in too bright light, his skin will burn? Because vampires,
No, he's weak to sunlight, but if you flick the light on and off, it's not gonna do anything because it's not natural light.
Oh, okay.
And also Dracula, I imagine, can probably see in the dark, from what I gather.
Right, because he's a bat. And
Can be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
Dracula kills people. Jack Skellington doesn't really.
I don't know. He got Oogie Boogie killed.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. I know Jack's not like a violent dude, but at the same time, he is able to handle himself in pretty harsh situations. Like he's nimble, he's quick.
And he jumps over a candlestick.
Yeah, and he is a candlestick.
Oh wow.
Sets himself. Oh, he can set himself on fire too.
Oh wow.
Dracula has so many weaknesses.
Yeah.
He's weak against sunlight. He's weak against crosses. He's weak against garlic. He's weak against steaks.
Yeah. Like it's
not the tenderized kind.
Yeah, like the Sharpie kind.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is, yeah, vampires are like some of the most feared creatures in Halloween lore, but they're so weak.
Yeah,
like anything,
they're pretty wimpy. And
yeah.
I don't know. Like Jack doesn't have a ton of weaknesses. He doesn't feel much pain for anything.
I feel like Jack would win on accident in this fight.
Yeah, like he would accidentally like use a weak. I mean, he hangs around with vampires all the time. He's the king of Halloween. He's bound to know how to defeat each and every one of his friends.
Yeah, so for that, the point goes to Jack.
I'm gonna have to get it like whether the lights on or off. It doesn't make any difference.
So yeah, Jack wins
that first round. Next up, should we do this one or this one?
Jack Torrance and Ash Williams. Oh, this is gonna be really, really fascinating.
I don't know. We'll see. In Halloween Town.
Oh.
And the kicker is the area is fully illuminated. All right, so I guess it means like they can't sneak out in the dark and attack you.
Oh.
That was the idea. All right.
That's going to be a big disadvantage for Jack Torrance.
The thing is,
because Jack Torrance needed
there is a lot of corridors and like alleyways and like corners to hide in Halloween Town. It's a very angular place. So Jack could, I think, his only fucking chance of fighting someone as strong as Ash Williams, because Ash Williams has fought like demons, like things, some of the hardest things to kill in cinematic history, the Deadites.
Wow.
And we have Ash Williams fighting a regular guy who's like possessed by ghosts, I guess, but doesn't have any like supernatural abilities of his own.
Yeah.
All he has is an axe and a nasty temper. Ash, on the other hand, has a chainsaw and a shotgun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Jack Torrance is really underpowered in this fight. Like, if he had more darkness, if he had like a surprise attack in store. But Ash is always on guard, and he's never, like, caught with his pants... Well, I guess sometimes he can be caught with his pants down, but, like... Yeah. I think Ash is, like, able to fight way more dangerous things than Jack Torrance, so I think Ash would win.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
From being honest. Like, if Jack was fighting someone weaker, then maybe, but Ash is, like, a pretty tough cookie. Yeah. Next up, Jigsaw versus Leatherface.
Ooh.
That is... very interesting. I wonder where they're going to go. I wonder where they're going to go. Camp Crystal Lake. Okay.
I don't know very much about Camp Crystal Lake.
The area is on fire.
Oh, that's not going to be good for Leatherface. We don't need
no water. Let the motherfucker burn.
I have a feeling that that's going to be really bad for Leatherface.
Yeah, Leatherface is kind of timid around fire. Well, he's timid around most things. The thing about Leatherface is he's a massive guy, but he has sort of like this childlike mentality.
Yeah.
Jigsaw, on the other hand, like I'm thinking, like, does he have time to prepare? Because Camp Crystal Lake does offer a variety of different like locations to take full advantage. If you ever want to install booby traps.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you'd be able to come up with super complex traps, but, like... Yeah, this is literally brawn over brain, because Leatherface is a force to be reckoned with, but Jigsaw is so intelligent.
Yeah.
I don't know, like... And another thing is, if the whole place is on fire... Leatherface is going to want to work quickly, and Jigsaw is going to have to be super methodical to overpower such a strong foe. Thing is, Leatherface has no long-distance things at his disposal. He has no long-distance weapons. All he has is a chainsaw and a hammer.
Then maybe, Jigsaw, that's the thing. He could use the surroundings to his advantage.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, like, if this was, like, a very basic fight, Leatherface would cut this guy in half.
Yeah.
But Jigsaw isn't going to, like, put himself in that position.
Well, under the circumstances... Well, Jigsaw can't help it, so I think Leatherface wins.
I kind of think Jigsaw had, like, a bigger environment to walk around in. If it wasn't burning all around him, with areas becoming more and more useless the longer the fire burns. Leatherface, on the other hand, not a lot of obstacles in his way to cut this guy in two, literally. I guess Leatherface would win that fight. Yeah, Leather. Michael Myers versus a Xenomorph.
Is this even a contest?
Well, let's see. They're fighting in a trap room from Saw.
Oh,
that's like the dingiest place imaginable.
And that's the Xenomorph.
Oh my fucking god. Both opponents are tethered to each other by 10 feet.
The Xenomorph wins. The Xenomorph will fucking devour him.
Well... Yeah, that's the thing, though. Michael Myers is so impervious. He's not like Jason impervious, but like he can survive gunshots, getting slashed, getting set on fire, like, and he keeps coming back for more. He's almost like undefeatable, but on the other hand, He has no chance in motherfucking hell in like putting a dent in a xenomorph unless he just stabs it relentlessly. But the thing is, a xenomorph is so strong and agile and has so many weapons of its own. I feel like Michael might like try to hack its tail off and maybe use the tail as a weapon. I don't know. I don't know how creative he is, but like he's also Michael is just so slow and stiff, and the xenomorph would like run circles around him.
Yeah.
The only way Michael would have a chance is if he gets a hold of the thing. But like, yeah, he's so underpowered in this fight, and especially in like a dingy fucking death lair where there's no light and like not a lot to work
That's
with.
the conditions a xenomorph would thrive
They
in.
would thrive so much in a grungy place like that with like all these vents and
Can
shit.
we just like say that the xenomorph
And if
wins?
they're tied together, there's no way they can hide.
Yeah, there's no it's no contest.
Xenomorph totally destroyed Michael. Don't worry though, any characters who die or have a chance to redeem themselves in the second bout. So
All
next up we have. Oh wait, I thought I clicked this. Ash wins.
Oh,
That's weird. Okay. Jason Voorhees versus Jack Skellington.
I have a feeling Jason would probably win, but
that's not-
we'll have to see.
A cabin in the woods
Again.
Okay. I guess Jack never left. The area is flooding with water. Oh. That's interesting because Jason is afraid of water. They established that in Jason versus Freddy. Because that's where he drowned when he was a boy.
Oh.
That's fucking.
But what about Jack?
Interesting. Jack doesn't. Despite being the king of Halloween, I don't ostensibly know what Jack is afraid of. He's a pretty charming individual who doesn't seems to wear everything on his sleeve. But I don't know if Jack has any chance of overpowering Jason. Jason's like
Indestructible.
He's an unstoppable force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I say Jason.
And if Jason gets his hands on him, he's just gonna hack him to bits. And while that may not kill Jack, it's like, well, what's he gonna do?
Yeah.
To stop Jason. I think unless Jack somehow managed to let Jason drown in this cabin, Jason's just gonna smash through the cabin and all the water is gonna flow out. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I think our man Voorhees has this victory. All right. Next up is Ash Williams versus Freddy Krueger. You know what's super interesting?
What's super interesting?
In The Evil Dead, Nightmare on Elm Street, there's a poster of it in the first Evil Dead.
Yeah.
And then Nightmare on Elm Street, one of the characters is watching The Evil Dead.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like I think Sam Raimi and Wes Craven had a little bout where they kept using each other's stuff in all their movies. So that's kind of an interesting crossover, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So Ash Williams versus Freddy Krueger in Camp Crystal. I'm just gonna do something. The Overlook Hotel. Okay, and both opponents are 50% damaged.
Okay.
Ooh. So, what is a 50% damaged Freddy Krueger? Is that like when he's in the real world? Because he's pretty weak when he's at that point.
Yeah, let's just assume for argument's sake.
I think that's what we're gonna have to say. Because when he's tangled with and taken back into the real world out of the dream world, he's like way weaker and way more vulnerable. 50% damaged Ash. That'd be like the end of Evil Dead 2, where he's just like he had to cut his own hand off. He's like all cut up and dirty. Yeah, I think that would be like a 50% damaged Ash. Ash has a lot of weaponry. Like he has a shotgun, he has a chainsaw. He can use like a bunch of other improvised weapons.
Oh yeah.
I mean, ultimately, Freddy is essentially similar to a Deadite in that he's just this very vicious thing from another dimension. It's nothing Ash is totally unfamiliar with. The thing is, Freddy, if he's underpowered, he's not able to teleport. He still has his glove, and he still has the urge to kill. I think Freddy would get a few dashes on Ash.
Yeah.
Ashy, slashy. But I don't think he's gonna be able to totally overpower Ash. Because I've watched a lot of Ash versus the Evil Dead, and he's fought way more dangerous things than a 50% powerful Freddy Krueger.
One second, I gotta check something.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna give the edge to Ash just a bit because if it was a fully formed Freddy Krueger who wasn't like depowered, I think he might have actually won. But I think Ash just gets the lead because he has more firepower and ability. Where are we at now? I guess it's just I'm by myself. A lonely October night. Just sitting back, drinking a mug of water. I hope you're all enjoying your evening. Next up, Jason Voorhees versus Leatherface. Yes. Jason versus Leatherface. Oh, yeah, where are they fighting exactly? A derelict spaceship. Hey, Jason X callback. That's wonderful. The area is on fire. Doesn't that just beat it all? It's like it's not bad enough we're in space, but the whole fucking thing is on fire. Hey, Evan.
What?
So Jason Voorhees and Leatherface are having a fight to the death on an abandoned spaceship, but the catch is the spaceship is on fire. What do you do?
Didn't they make a movie about that?
Yeah, it was called Jason X.
Jason X, yeah.
Leatherface has yet to go to space.
Well, is Leatherface,
Slacker.
you said Leatherface is timid around fire, so I feel like this is Jason's battle.
Well, I mean, yeah, first of all, even if there wasn't a spaceship and no fire, Leatherface is not indestructible, and Jason can take a lot more than a chainsaw and still keep going. You could hack off his limb and he'd still keep going.
Yeah.
Leatherface, if you like whack him with a machete like a dozen times, he's gonna die eventually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Jason because, like, yeah.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Jason at least has some astronautical experience. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now we're going into the Xenomorph versus Ash Williams.
Oh.
The fight is in a dark, empty house.
Okay.
And the catch is the area is flooding with water.
Xenomorphs don't do too well.
Actually, they can swim.
Yeah.
In the fourth movie, they were actually really adept at swimming.
Yeah.
And I believe they don't need to breathe. I could be wrong about that.
Because they can survive it. They can't survive in a vacuum, though.
I think they can, like... They're powerless in a vacuum. I don't know if they're dead in a vacuum. It's hard to say. This is a dark house that is flooding with water. That's really going to limit Ash's mobility. He's going to have to go to higher ground in order to get any sort of leverage.
Yeah. I feel like...
And the worst part is most of his weaponry is close range.
Oh.
Against his xenomorph. But it is a single xenomorph. If this was a hive, Ash would be fighting for his life. I feel like I'm like the biggest Evil Dead fanboy, but like I don't think Ash would be totally out of his element fighting something as slimy as a xenomorph. I think he'd probably shit himself, but like I don't know, I think he'd just try to keep his distance and fire it off with a shotgun. The only problem is if he gets any of that acid on him, it's gonna hurt him pretty badly.
Yeah.
And if there's water everywhere, yeah. I mean, it'd be like a King of the Castle kind of vibe where you gotta try, I'm sorry, not King of the Castle, King of the Hill vibe where you have to be on the top of everything. The Xenomorph is gonna really use those dark corridors to its advantage, though.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Ash isn't all that jumpy. Like, if he sees something, he reacts pretty quickly. If this was a hive, I'd probably give it a chance, but I think Ash might have a chance of fighting the Xenomorph. What do you think?
You know what? I say that's fair.
Okay.
Because if frickin' Ripley can...
Well, that's the thing. In Aliens, the Xenomorphs go down pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Like, in the first one, it was hard because they had no weapons, but Ash has weapons up the wazoo. It's like when you're outnumbered by Xenomorphs is when it's really fucking bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Now here we go. Ash Williams versus Jason Voorhees.
I have a feeling this is going to be super close.
The Overlook Hotel.
The Overlook Hotel.
Pretty long hallways. And then catches. No, the area's on fire. Can we do something else? Both opponents are tethered to each other by 10 feet.
Oh, that's close quarters. It's going to be super close. I have a feeling this is going to have to come down to a coin toss.
I don't know.
Are you leaning more towards Jason or Ash?
I'm kind of well. I want Ash to win, but like at the same
Keep
time,
in mind this is about who you think is going to win, not who you want to win.
I understand that, but it's just I'm thinking Jason is a tough cookie. I'm trying to think here because Ash has fought some pretty dangerous villains, some very hard to kill things. Jason has definitely killed tons of people like Ash, who like hang around in the woods all day. This is so tough because like I think like half the reason Ash wins anyways is because of dumb luck.
Yeah.
Which is technically the way most characters in the Friday the 13th series survive Jason.
Yeah.
Through dumbass luck. I feel like Ash would probably try to like hack every single limb. Well, wait, if they're tethered, couldn't Ash just like cut the rope with his chainsaw? Like, or even Jason could do that?
Yeah, they could both do that.
Yeah, well, I guess Jason would grab the tether and tug Ash towards them, but then Ash could just cut the rope. Really, that doesn't affect either of them. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna flip a coin.
Yeah, because it's probably gonna have to be like a coin toss.
Because I'm quite honestly a little hard pressed to say who would outfight the other. Okay, heads for Jason. First, we got heads. Tails for Ash. Alright, it's 2 heads. Jason wins this fight.
Okay.
Kind of sucks, but at the same time, Ash may have his time again in the sun. I guess you could say he was dead by dawn. Because that's the thing, the Overlook Hotel does not give you a great amount of ways of running away because it's so narrow. And all that. So now we're going to the guys who didn't quite make prime time. We got Freddy Krueger versus Dracula.
Okay.
That's... okay.
In a barren
field in Texas. You gotta point that out.
And what's the
catch 22? The area's on fire.
This goes to Freddy because Dracula can't survive out in an open field in sunlight.
Well, first of all, Freddy is afraid of fire because that's how he died. He was burned alive.
Oh shit.
That's not to say he's. I don't know. It depends, man. Like if this is the dream world, or if he has like.
Well, it's a barren field in Texas, according to Texas Chainsaw.
I don't think Dracula would just be on his ass sleeping.
Yeah,
through a burning field.
They would both be burning alive.
Yeah, I think vampires are weak against fire.
Have we ever had a situation where none of these can win? None of these characters?
I don't know. It is kind of a tie, isn't it?
I feel like, why don't we just say they both lose and eliminate both of them?
I don't think we can do that.
No, there has to be a winner?
I think, in terms of sheer power, I think Freddy Krueger could possibly overpower Dracula. I think Dracula would not have the spryness or the weaponry needed.
Yeah.
Because what, you think Dracula's going to try and bite Freddy's neck? Fuck that. He's going to decapitate the motherfucker.
Like, so Freddy wins.
Suck on this, bitch! Yeah, I'm going to give Freddy a chance to shine. Next up, we got Jack Skellington versus Jack Torrance.
Battle of the Jacks. Where are they fighting?
Let's find out. A dark, empty house. Okay.
And the cash better be good.
Both opponents are tethered to each other by 10 feet.
Jack Torrance would...
I think Jack Torrance definitely has an edge because, yeah, he's a tough guy.
Yeah.
Totally willing to hack someone apart, and Jack Skellington does not have too much of a way of getting out of a situation where someone is like... Unless, and this would be hilarious, if Jack Skellington used the tether and jumped around and wrapped Jack Torrance with the rope.
Yeah.
And just be like, oh.
That wouldn't happen, I don't
Looks like you got your hands tied, sir.
I can't see that happening, though, so I think we're going to give this point to the latter Jack.
Alright. Sorry, Pumpkin King.
You are eliminated.
Next up, Michael Myers versus Freddy Krueger.
Oh.
Where are we at? A trap room.
Oh.
The trick is, both opponents are 50% damaged.
Oh, okay.
So once again, Freddy is hampered by this shit where it's like, oh, I guess I'm back in the real world. And Michael Myers, I really damaged Michael Myers. Like, there was one point where he got shot in the eyes, and he was blind, and he just swung like blindly. But yeah, he takes damage surprisingly well. Jesus Christ! And this is a trap room where there's like all sorts of instruments of torture laying around. I feel like either of them could accidentally like get themselves caught on something, especially if Mike Myers is stumbling around. I feel like ultimately Michael Myers has a bigger knife than Freddy Krueger. Like if he had to like go toe to toe with him, Freddy would get some swipes in, but like Michael is like fully covered. Like he has like from head to toe. He doesn't have a whole lot of skin showing except for his hands. Freddy doesn't wear much in terms of like protection other than like a shirt. Oh, and that hat, of course. You know that hat protects him like all the way. It's his secret. It's his armor. I don't know, dude. I might give this one to Michael Myers.
Mm-hmm.
Simply because I can just see him like come out of the dark and just like stab right through Freddy's heart.
Wow.
Like he always does. It sucks because I like Freddy more than Michael, but in this case, Jigsaw versus Jack Torrance. Oh, hi there, Jigsaw. Kind of slow, isn't it? Cabin in the Woods. One hit, instant kill.
Oh.
Ooh. So if any character lands a hit on the other one, they're instantly dead. It's like in The Shining when Jack Torrance just comes out of nowhere.
In that case, I have a feeling would Jigsaw have time to set up traps in this house?
Probably
not.
Probably not. That's kind of half the problem. If he was prepared, he does.
Jack Torrance would lunge at Jigsaw, and that would be the end of it. Because one hit, instant kill, right?
Unless Jigsaw has like a trick up his. He does have like knife blades, kind of like the guys from Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay.
That he uses to his advantage.
Then it might be Jigsaw.
I feel like Jack Torrance is just gonna be some lumbering asshole who tries to like swing at the guy. He probably had a few to drink too.
Oh, right.
And Jigsaw is like smart. He's like, okay, a guy with an axe is coming at me. I know exactly how he's gonna go at it. Me, if all I have to do is land one hit on him, like not even a fatal hit, just like a one single strike, I know exactly where the easiest way to hit is. Jack Torrance is gonna be like a bull. He's gonna be like a matador.
Oh, okay.
So I think Jigsaw would actually outsmart Jack in this scenario until he like
Jigsaw
and attack him with a really powerful counter. Next, jeez, we're burning through all these classic heroes. Sorry, villains.
Yeah.
Do you root for the bad guy, Evan?
It depends if it's a really good bad guy, then yeah, I'm rooting for him.
All right, Leatherface. This is interesting. We got Freddy versus Jason, but what about Michael versus Leather?
Oh, okay. What's the catch?
It's in a trap room. I have so many other things to use. I'm gonna use something different. A barren field in Texas. Sure.
One hit, instant kill. Oh.
The areas on... No, we already did that. Both opponents are 50... Can we get something else? Oh, zombies enter the arena during the fight. That's what I was waiting for.
Oh, okay.
I'll be honest. Between the two of them, I think Leatherface would have such an easier time against zombies.
Right.
Like he is...
Because
like,
he just...
Well, he's built like a brick shithouse. He's huge. He can like use his chainsaw to cut through entire waves. He has a hammer if need be. Michael Myers has a knife, which I will remind you is not the best thing to kill zombies with. Unless you get him right in the eye, but that's like not an easy like window of opportunity. And them fighting each other. Again, these characters are both kind of slow. Like Leather can chase, but he's like pretty lumbery. Yeah. Michael is very slow and calculated, but at the same time I'm thinking like I don't know how much damage Michael can do that Leatherface couldn't double with his freaking chainsaw. Yeah. I kind of think Leather has the advantage not only in like overpowering Michael Myers in a barren open field where there's no cover or anything to hide behind. And yeah, in the zombies case, like Leather is like so much more powerful against them.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't even be threatened by them.
Well, I haven't seen any of these movies, so... I haven't seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Halloween, so...
You didn't do the math.
Yeah.
Xenomorph versus Jigsaw.
I feel like this is going to be another no contest,
That
but
depends.
we'll see.
A derelict spaceship.
Of course.
Oh no.
And
Well, one hit, instant kill.
Xenomorph.
Xenomorph. I am
No
so
contest.
sorry, Jigsaw. You are out of your element here.
No contest.
Jesus, that was like the worst round to be stuck in. You don't have, like, sure, it's a derelict spaceship. You could build any trap you could because it's such a narrow area. But, like, what are you gonna do? You don't have time to do all this. Oh, unless he built a turret system and, like, protected himself that way, because Xenomorphs do fall for that, but
Right.
you'd have to have all the access. I don't think you'd have time. Next up, Leatherface versus Xenomorph. Oh.
Let's see what the catch is.
I don't know. It's pretty tight. A dark, empty house.
A dark, empty house.
And both opponents are tethered to each other by 10 feet.
Let's say I
This
think
is-
it might actually be Leatherface because Leatherface can just grab. Is he smart enough to grab the tether and yank the Xenomorph towards him?
I believe so. Unless he gets scared, but I don't know. I think he would just go ham on this thing with like a sledgehammer or something. Like he would, like if he's willing to kill cattle by smashing them apart with a hammer. Like I don't think a Xenomorph is going to be any different. He would just aim for that giant cranium of it and just smash it apart.
Right.
Or cut it apart. Now he's going to get blood on him because chainsaws are disgustingly messy weapons. And his chainsaw is going to be ruined after that, but really it doesn't matter.
The Xenomorph is going to be dead, but worst case scenario, he'll just have acidic blood on him.
Yeah, he'll get... It's not like he's the prettiest guy to begin with.
Yeah.
He's not called
Leatherface
I'm gonna give
squishes the Xenomorph like
Leatherface an advantage. Oh.
So this is the final round.
The second final.
Second final round.
Ash Williams versus Leatherface.
Oh, this will be
The
interesting.
two chainsaw wielding maniacs strike again. And they're fighting in a boiler room. The trick is the area is flooding with water.
Okay.
Well, they may both have chainsaws, but you know one thing Leatherface doesn't have that Ash has?
What?
A goddamn shotgun.
Oh, that's true.
Now, this is a very tight space. Lots of things to hide behind, lots of things to get snuck up by. Not a great location, and if it's flooding with water, Ash might be looking for a way out. Leatherface might just be kind of like aimlessly trying to kill Ash. Also, if you fire a shotgun in a boiler room, I imagine it'd be quite loud, so you may not want to go extremely frequent with that shotgun.
Yeah.
But yeah, one good shot and Leatherface ain't gonna like that. Probably won't kill him, but like it would definitely like take away most of his like energy.
Yeah.
Ash has fought other enemies with chainsaws before. Like there's one scene in Evil Dead 2 where like his decapitated ex-girlfriend barges into the shack with a chainsaw. He's just like and he takes a crowbar and knocks the chainsaw back and it cuts her in half.
Jesus.
There is a lot of tools you can also use in the boiler room too. So I actually don't think Ash is too out of line here. I think he could possibly overpower Leatherface. So I'm gonna probably give it to Mr. Ashley.
Very well.
He's back.
Yes, who's back?
I know we got the rematch of the century: Jason Voorhees versus Ashley Williams. I'm really curious. A derelict spaceship.
Okay.
And the catch is a wall of spikes are closing in.
I have a feeling that Jason's gonna win this because, like I said before, they already made a movie, Jason X, where he's
Yeah,
in
but
space.
there's also a movie in Army of Darkness where Ash Williams fights a Deadite while walls are closing in on him.
Oh.
So this is perfect.
So, how is this gonna go?
Okay, so Ash has kind of a limited supply of time to fight off Jason. Jason's probably going to go for the kill. It's a narrow corridor. I feel like Ash is going to have to rely on using a shotgun to kind of suppress fire him. It won't work. And he'll probably have to acknowledge that, and he'll have to focus largely on his chainsaw to put any, like, severe damage on him. I feel like the most Ash could possibly do, if he can avoid Jason's machete, is to cut the guy in half. and just leave him for dead. Jason's probably not gonna go without a fight, but it depends. Like Ash would really have to like protect himself against his machete because Jason's pretty brutal with a machete.
Yeah.
Jason's not as slow as Michael Myers. He can be pretty brisk if he needs to. Um, I feel like Ash would shoot so many barbs at Jason though. It's like and I thought the season was over.
Yeah.
Um, you know what? I kind of think Ash Williams, given his experience with spiked rooms and fighting things that don't die in one hit, I think he might actually have a chance to fight Jason. I mean, but this is your choice, so you have to like say whether you think what do you think would happen in this scenario.
Uh, I feel like it would go to Ash just because of how resourceful he is.
Yeah, and as good use
Because
of
Jason's like this brute killer.
now there is like this. I don't know why it does this, but there is like a second quarter final or whatever. You just want to call it a night, or do you want to give one more?
Uh, I feel like it's gonna be yeah. I feel like Ash is just the more resourceful character, quite honestly.
You know what we say? Hail to the king, baby.
Well, I gotta be honest. This was a really eye-opening experience for me to understand like how all these characters that some of them I'm not too familiar with, but how would they all like go against one another? And I really like these little tournaments. We're gonna have to do another one with other characters.
Yeah, we'll
in the
definitely.
future.
We should definitely do this in the future because this was actually quite fun
Yeah.
to probe our brains over.
Yeah.
I hope our audience liked it too. I'm sorry if all these like super dangerous villains got kicked in the ass by a mere mortal, but I think Bruce Campbell is a god amongst men. So there you go.
That he is.
Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy your October and stay tuned for the next episode
Yeah.
of So to Speak.